Hey man, hey, call for, and he just spun. He just made a bad decision, and he spun like this. If he would have spun like this, he probably would have made a low contact. But you did like this, and the guy was right behind you. So
On the Rich Eisen show, Shaquille O'Neal gave his 2 cents on Draymond Green's indefinite suspension.
only mistake he made is he had his arms out like that. So when somebody's close to you and you spin, you're going to make contact. Did he say at that moment, "All right, if you put your hands on my hip and punch you in the face"? No, he didn't. I know that for a fact. He was just trying to flail, trying to get the call like he's been doing his whole career.
What's interesting is the varying perspectives on this from Shaq.
He says, Charles, that it was an accident.
Yeah,
You've seen the videotape.
He's lying. He's lying.
Why do you say that?
Well, because if you ask, look, he takes a look where the guy's face is. If he had to just flail around, he wouldn't have caught him squarely on the face. You have to really slow the tape down.
I don't see him looking around.
Look. Oh, you saw it then, though, didn't you?
No, but listen, he spins around.
Yeah, with a
I've
fist.
met Draymond. I've always thought he was a really nice guy.
I like Draymond.
To his NBA on TNT co-host and fellow Hall of Famer Charles Barkley.
But this is, you can't punch guys.
But the way he was spinning around, I'm being serious here. The way he was spinning around, it did seem like it was sort of out of control. It didn't look deliberate to me.
He didn't slap him, he punched him. There's a difference.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Okay.
I'm surprised it's indefinite. I thought it would be a big number because he was just suspended for 5 games.
Yeah.
Indefinite makes me, I don't even know what that really means, honestly. But it sounds to me like they're going to make him undergo some type of counseling. Listen, everybody likes Draymond.
They do, right?
Yes, but at some point, if you keep doing stupid stuff, we can't keep saying he's a good dude.
Great points here, honestly. More from Shaq.
Shaq, maybe the indefinite suspension is the perfect opportunity for him
There is nothing wrong with Draymond. So y'all treating him like he's crazy. He's not crazy. He's been playing like this the whole time. The same way that got him 4 championships. Nothing wrong with him. That's the only thing I don't like about the situation. He needs help. He needs help. He's been playing like this the whole time. How many texts does he average a year? How many times you see him going at the referee? This is the way he has to play to become Draymond Green. He said that. Nice guy, well respected, very intelligent. Probably has a job in his career after the game.
Again, I reiterate, astonishing to see the polarizing differences.
I think the Golden State Warriors, you know, because Adam doing something really doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
But when your boss says, hey, you know what? It's time for us to sit you down because, you know, you just lose money when the league suspends you. I think you need to be embarrassed when your boss says, hey, you know what? You're hurting the team. I'm going to do something to you. So I think it's up to the Golden State Warriors to say, hey, you know what, Draymond? You've been great for this organization, you've been great for the team, but you're not worth the effort. You know, we tired of dealing with this BS.
Here's how I feel about all this Draymond Green stuff. It is okay when you're winning, and it's awful and debilitating and deflating when you're losing. And this could be for any company. You could have somebody that is a major player, but they do stuff that is toxic. And everyone knows this person needs to address it, and they don't. And it continues happening. But the problem is it's a net positive. It's hard to go the route then of being like, well, if it ain't broken, don't fix it, right? As the Warriors won all these championships and built one of the better dynasties we have seen, what we have come to realize is it just comes with the territory. Oh, they're winning. Well, he's fiery. He's passionate. Hate him when he's not on your team. Love him when he is. Goes after the other guy. I'm cool with it because I support this team. But then it goes from being a necessary evil to a detriment. When you start losing, you're hurting the team. You're erratic. He's removing himself from games when the team needs him. The Warriors lost again, blame Draymond. Nationally, what are we talking about? We're not talking about Steph's brilliance, even though he had 7 points the other night. We're not talking about how Klay Thompson is averaging less than 17 a game. This is a superstar in the league. We're not talking about how the bench isn't where it needs to be. We're not talking about how Klay Thompson is getting replaced late in games. We're not talking about Andrew Wiggins taking a step back. We're not talking about how Chris Paul coming to this team may not have been the best move. What are we talking about? Draymond Green. It's a national story. Some network shows that are straight news covered this. That's how you know it's had an effect. Here's another part that I've seen. Steve Kerr and his coaching staff are just over it. They can't even make excuses anymore. It's like when, a family member continues going back to the well of atrocities and keeps embarrassing the family over and over again. At that point, you just say, they need help. They just gotta go find it. We're gonna work on it, yada, yada. In the past, Steve Kerr would say other things. Yet in that post-game press conference, after that Phoenix Suns game, he pivoted hard to Draymond needs help. Draymond needs help. This is also, in essence, a problem the Warriors created. And I said this on a previous clip. They could have nipped this in the bud years ago. The problem was what? How I opened up this entire diatribe. It resulted in wins and championships. So, in essence, do you try to curb it and cage it, or do you love it? Everybody gets paid, legacy's intact, you're winning. This is the crossroads that this team is at, because they do not know what is in store in the near future. The core is aged. Klay doesn't look like himself. And they need this guy out there to win basketball games. But at times it seems like even he doesn't want to be out there. To Shaq's point about Draymond's fine, it's not, basically downplaying it, I completely disagree with that. Because if it was the same guy that went after your teammates and stomped on them and pulled them down when they were going up for a layup, stepped over them, hit them the way that Nurkić got hit, I think Shaq's tone would be a little different. At this point, it is a code red-like alert for this team. What is to come of the rest of the season? I can't predict it. They're under 500, but it seems like in the regular season, the past few years, they've always been under 500. And then they find a way to get it together. Maybe that is what will happen again, just for consistency purposes. Or, hate to say it, is it the end?